What's up, guys? Welcome back to the whiteboard. I'm Blaine from Applied Leadership Partners, and today we're going to talk about confidence. And specifically, we're going to talk about leading confidently into uncertainty. Because let's face it, that is what all of us are doing right now. This last year has thrown as much chaos, as much change, as much uncertainty at us as we could possibly imagine. But we've got to keep moving forward. We've got to lead our teams into this uncertain future. And so how do we go about doing that? Well, maybe let's just start off by acknowledging that it's totally normal. It's totally human to want some certainty right now. When things are swirling all around us, it's natural to want to grab onto something solid, to reach for something that we can be sure of, to want some certainty in this chaotic world. We totally get that. But the problem is, there's no such thing. Certainty is kind of a myth. We can never really have it, even when we think we do. And it's okay, because while we can't have certainty, we can have confidence. And how do we go about building that? Well, let's talk about preparation first. And let's talk about the massive difference between preparation and prediction. Because what we see a lot is when things get crazy, our natural instinct is to want to start trying to predict the future. We want to look into our crystal ball and know how things are going to be in a week or in a month or in a year. We want to be able to peek around those corners. We want to feel sure of how things are going to work out before we make that call, make that decision, pull the trigger on that project. We want to predict the future. We want to have that certainty. Again, totally normal, but largely a waste of time. None of us can predict the future, so let's not spend our time there. Let's instead shift our focus and spend our time on preparation, because we can prepare for an uncertain future. What might that look like? That might look like putting some cash aside for a rainy day. That might look like rehearsing and practicing your plan. That might be, addressing some contingencies that might be out there before you actually go ahead and start things. There are a lot of things within your control that your team can do to prepare, to make yourself resilient and ready, so that when you do go forward into that uncertainty, you're ready for what may come. And if things go according to plan, great. And if things go different than you'd planned, you're prepared and you can make some moves. This is time very well spent. And so Brandon and I always say, preparation is greater than prediction. Let's spend our time there. The other thing you can lean on when building your confidence is your experience. So while you may not know exactly what's going to happen in the future, you've done some stuff. You've accomplished some things. You may have experienced some scenarios that were kind of like this, right? So you've got an idea of how you might respond. You have an idea of how things may go. Maybe you've got some experiences you can really lean on that will give you confidence to know that, hey, things have gone bad for me before, and we've found a way to pull ourselves out of this. That experience is really, really important. So you don't have to know exactly what's coming up. Think a little bit about what's happened in the past and ways that you've been able to rely on yourself and rely on your team to get through hard times. And so we would submit that preparation plus experience equals earned confidence. You truly can earn confidence. If you do the work and you can lean on your experience, you can have everything you need to move confidently into the uncertainty of the future. One of the things that I've noticed, in lots of different forums, whether that's at a military course like SF selection, or at something like a race, a triathlon, or an ultra marathon, I've always noticed that the people that are spending the most time trying to predict are the ones that seem least prepared. And conversely, the people that seem the calmest, that are spending the least time on predicting what's going to happen, are the ones that are most prepared. I've seen that even in my own life. When I know I've done the work, when I know I'm ready, I'm not trying to see around the corner. I'm not trying to guess what's next. I'm not trying to get one step ahead or game the system. I'm just ready to toe the line. I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to do whatever I've got to do. And when I've cut corners on times when I've not done the work and I know I'm not as prepared as I should have been, that's when I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of get my way through it, to look into my crystal ball, to predict the future. So let's remember, preparation greater than prediction. And that while we can't have certainty, we can have confidence.